Ryan, we've done it. We've made it through the summer. The Speedway summer is done, dusted, over. What's the big standout for you? It's been a big summer.
It has
been a very big summer.
It's hard not to just quickly say how good J-Mac was.
Well, that's
obvious.
the easy one. That's the easy one. We'll touch on J-Mac in a moment.
I've just been really, really impressed with to see so many venues full of people.
That has been a standout, actually.
Like every event, from the Super Sedanis stuff at Tasmania to the King's Royal at Kingaroy to all of the Speed Week stuff to Tolma to the high limit deal at the Motorplex to the Barbagallo and the Cricky Boys, last month. Everywhere has been full of people and is so cool to see.
And I think the fact that everywhere has been full of people, despite, hey, there's cost of living pressures, we know that, it's expensive to get out and about and all that sort of stuff. I think the fact that everywhere has been so well supported, that's impressive. Like, that's not something that's happening in every sport.
No, that's right. And I think, so Speedway was really popular years ago, no question about that. And there's been some great inroads done by so many things to get our sport further into the media. And seen in better lights, and lots of promotional activities and the administration sport, lots of great things. We don't need to carry on about it all. But the sport's moving in a good directions and people embracing and doing a really good job. There's all these volunteers and clubs that are doing heck of jobs with their own little events. We don't have a national series in anything, but all these clubs and tracks have been able to build all these blue ribbon marquee events that anything will work once you have that passion and the drive to deliver something. And they've turned all these things themselves into major events that everyone wants to support and be part of, and it is so cool to see. And it's been remarkable to see just the strength and the Avalon just surprises me so much. The racing has been incredible this year, but Avalon just packs people in there like crazy. The Classic was unbelievable. To turn what that club did after that Sunday show to turn around like that and deliver the Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic, so good, was a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Murray Bridge Speedway national title from night 1 to night 2, incredible job to turn around from adversity to make that into such a good event. That's
good things that you point to there, Ryan. Let's not beat around the bush. That Sunday carnival show at Warrnambool was not great. It was terrible. Let's just be honest about it. Hey, it sucked. For those guys to bounce back, run the Classic the week after, and just shut everyone up and go,
phenomenal.
Here you go. We didn't get it right. Guess what? They don't get it right in plenty of sports. They don't get it right every single night.
Yeah.
And they don't have to prepare a pitch that they don't understand how the weather goes. That's not how you don't have to prepare a basketball court and go, oh, we got this right for you guys tonight.
Yeah.
The playing field changes every week in the Speedway.
Yeah.
For those guys to turn that around and get that right, amazing. Same deal with the sprint car title at Murray Bridge. Hey, night 1, not a great look. Let's be honest. There was a few black eye moments there where we went, hey, look, that wasn't ideal. The crowd that was there, the viewership numbers online, the people that watched that on social media. Clay-Per-View might put out a post at some stage about how ridiculous the numbers were that the social media stuff was that weekend.
Like stuff you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like
really impressive stuff. And that's everyone driving the sport in a good direction. That's teams doing their own social media stuff. That's guys just going off their own bat and going, hey, let's push our sport. Yep. The summer's been so good for the sport, not just for sprint car racing.
Yeah, for everything.
For everything.
Like because the Kingaroy killer job. The first 2 nights of the Royal was off the Richter scale.
Yeah.
The racing was so incredible.
Yeah. And
like,
big
glory
crowds.
Days.
Big crowds. The crowds down south, holy smokes. Down in Hobart, Latrobe. The Saturday nights down there for the Super Sedan events was like walking.
Well, was a
standing
record,
room only.
Yeah, sold out, record crowd, biggest crowd ever at Latrobe.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal. It's really cool.
It's almost harking back to glory days of the sport. Like we're not sitting here going back in my day type deal, but we've got big crowds at Speedway events again.
Yeah, well,
mid 2000s. Let's be real.
Yeah,
our sport was in a pretty dark place mid 2000s.
Yeah, it was
low crowds. The touring stuff wasn't doing super well. No big events. people just were a little bit off it. I don't know. And we saw it wasn't just COVID that created, hey, everyone's got to get excited about Speedway. There was a rise in the teens.
Yeah, there was.
There was a rise in the teens, and everyone's starting to, hey, we've got to do something with our sport. I think the COVID thing accelerated it.
Yeah.
Everyone went, hey, we're stuck at home. Let's go back to some live events.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good point you raise. So everything old is cool again.
Mm-hmm.
From 10-pin bowling to skating to stuff that we did for entertainment years and years ago, full circle. The clothes that people wore are trending now, those kind of fashions. So it's like a big circle. A guy told me once about when times get tough, like for financial living, people go back to basics and simple stuff. So instead of going to the Gold Coast for a holiday on a weekend, for a weekend away, or buying a brand new TV to keep up with the Joneses, spending thousands of dollars on things, now it's all of a sudden we're looking to go 10-pin bowling on Saturday, go to the movies or go to the Speedway because it's an affordable night out.
Yep.
So I think there's a bit of that at play as well, and it is a bit nostalgic and cool again. And I know everyone's doing a killer job, and they're embracing it. They're doing really good. We just need everyone, and we bang on about it, all shoulders to the wheel, talking it up, and we will continue to see great things. There's no question about it.
We've touched on events.
Mm-hmm.
You alluded to it at the start. Is there anyone in the country that had anywhere near the summer that James McFadden had?
No, he was incredible. He was narrowly beaten the other week by Jamie Oldfield for post-race celebration fail when Jo nearly. Oh, I love Jo. I think he's one of my favourite drivers. Jamie Oldfield in the late model won the Western Australian late model title and fell off the roof.
Didn't quite make it to the roof.
Didn't quite make it to the roof. But other than that, J-Mac was unbelievable all summer.
Well, so it's been 1990 was the last time the double was done. Gary Rush won the Classic and the Australian title in the same year. That's a big go. That's
a reasonable person to have a name
35 years.
Yeah.
35 years since that's been done. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You tag in another King's Challenge. That was his fourth King's Challenge at Borderline. You tag in another Western Australian title to kick off his summer over at the Perth Motorplex. You tag in a few more races at the Motorplex.
Yeah.
Pretty handy prelim night to High Limit. Finished second at High Limit to Kyle Larson.
Yep.
I don't think there is a greater driver in the country at the moment. We banged on about it last year when we heard that J-Mac was coming back to Australia and said he was the greatest export. Holy, I got crucified by the Kerry Madsen fans. Let's not forget about Kerry because he has had a champagne summer.
Well, I was about to say that. I think the next person on the list is Kerry Madsen. He has been incredible.
Can we? Hey,
it's like turn the clock back.
I need to get my phone right now. Call the Diamond Bay guys. Lock him in next year. Let's get him back. I want a full summer with Kerry here because it has been so good to have him here.
He has been unreal, and to see he ran second the other night, and was so disappointed but so happy at the same time. Is like, wow, you're at the peak of your game right now, mate. Yeah. You are incredible.
Mid-50s, and he is just class at the moment. Just class.
Doc's had a good run lately. I know we're banging on about just the sprint car stuff, but Lockie's been impressive. Two highlights for me quickly. Kobe Wright, I know small field, but Kobe Wright to get a win in Sydney. That's exciting. The Harry Stewarts, we banged on about him.
Probably the whole Queensland, New South Wales Speed Week stuff. You mentioned Kobe Wright, but Brody Davis, Harry Stewart, just the coming of age. The Adard boys, it's nice to see some fresh faces up there. That's so refreshing to see some new talent. We bang on about Jock and Lockie and Ryan Newton.
Brody Davis top 10 at the Australian Sprint Car title was a remarkable job.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Kobe Wright to win in Sydney the other week. That was really cool. Harry Stewart, unreal. Harry Stewart racing at the Chili Bowl. To see him develop over that course of that week from how timid he was in that very first race and was like he needed to go to the top, but he was just going to stay on the bottom and struggle a little bit, and then to go out in that B main. Oh, no, it wasn't on the B, it was the qualifier.
Yeah.
And just wheeled the thing.
Yeah.
It was like, look at this kid go on an international stage, 400 speed cars or 350 speed cars against Brad Sweet, Sammy Swindells, and the class speed car drivers right now. It was just cool. It makes me so excited. I get so proud. I love to see it. They're really cool stories for the future.
And we've touched on how good the next generation is. if you're going to talk about Kerry Madsen, can we talk about Darren Kane? How good his summer's been? Holy, he has been impressive. Of course, really strong up in the domestic scene up in Queensland to start the season off. He's got the Australia one on the car. Goes down south and does the double down in Tasmania. Finally wins the Grand Prix, Grand National. Just another, again, ageless. Remember he retired 5 years ago?
Yeah.
He retired.
And could win could win his sixth national super sedan title, very, very shortly. Loves Murray Bridge Speedway.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's, just really, really cool. He's been incredible. Callum Harper, Joel Berkeley, Aidan Raymont, lots of classes. Guys doing a heck of a job. Brad Wicks. In modified sedans, the Victorian, the Bendigo, from Bendigo, the baddest EL Falcon you've ever seen. The guy goes and wins the King's Royal, won the Victorian title, ran second, banging down the fence at T-Bar Nat, so it was cool.
There's almost not enough time to talk about how good the summer's been. Liam Williams down at Victorian 500 Speed Week.
Yeah.
The wingless stuff down south at SummerSlam was incredible.
It's been good.
The domestic scene over in Western Australia with all the late model action at the Motorplex has just been unreal as well. Albany with we just don't have enough time to talk about how good it's been. But seriously, if you didn't enjoy something this summer in Speedway, I can't help you. I'm sorry. That's about as good as it gets for our sport. We just got to keep rolling along with that.